Once again, I welcome you all for this series of Searching the Truth. Today, again, we are going to look into a new truth. I was reading this verse and it really attracted me very much. In Luke chapter 11 and verse 1, the last part of it, when he finished, one of his disciples said to him, Lord, teach us to pray, just as John taught his disciples. Teach us to pray, just as John the Baptist taught his disciples. This is a beautiful request made by one of the disciples to Jesus. When I looked, at this verse, we can all come to an understanding. We can understand that there was already a pattern of prayer which existed. In the entire Old Testament, from the time of Abraham, Enoch, we can happen to see even Noah. So many people, we can see that they all had a pattern of prayer. And John the Baptist had also taught his disciples how to pray. And they were following the pattern of prayer taught by John the Baptist. And now, one of the disciples, seeing that pattern, comes to Jesus and says, Lord, you teach us how to pray. And in most of the New Testament, Jesus is a very different kind of a person. Jesus is the first person who showed God as a father, was the first person to say, it's no more the tooth for tooth or eye for an eye. You need to forgive them. So Jesus is someone who brought a big change, a big revival in the Christian community. And now, one of the disciples is asking him, Lord, teach us how to pray. Which means, as soon as this question was made, we can assume that there is something Jesus is trying to teach over here. So immediately Jesus is telling, the beginning of the prayer itself. It says in verse 2, when you pray, say, Father. Hallelujah. Then he says, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. The beginning of the prayer itself, Jesus teaches to call God as a father or go to God as a father. He wants us to come to him with a confidence in that relationship. Today in Christian life, we have a prayer life and a personal life. A prayer life and a non-prayer life. I have been talking to many people and many people have told me this. Brother, I once used to pray for a long time, for hours. But now I have lost everything. I haven't prayed for many days. I want to get back to that prayer life. They feel so disconnected from God because they did not pray. But you see over here, Jesus is telling, Father. When you pray, call him as Father and say, let thy kingdom come. When you see God as a Father, you cannot disconnect yourself. Prayer life and your life is not two separate things. People try to keep something as how is your prayer life? It's like, personal life, prayer life. There are so many things. People have separated different parts in our lives. No, that's not how it works. See, when I am in a family, father, mother, son, daughter, all stay together. You can't say, this is my father, now it's my father time. This time is for my father, this time is for my mother, this time is... Okay, only when I connect with my father, in that particular time, he will be my father. Otherwise, he will not be my father. You cannot say that. Whether you connect or don't connect, he is still your father. That is how our life, our walk with God, the Father should also be. Don't separate your prayer life and your life differently. They are one. Let your relationship with the Father be your prayer life. Does not call you for a prayer time, He is calling you for a relationship time. Hallelujah. If you go to Him as a Father, He is always with you as a Father, and you are with Him as a Father. No matter what, nobody can separate you, no situation can separate you. You and Jesus are one. When I in Him and He in me, everything I ask will come to pass. That's because I'm always with Him and He is always with me. I hope this truth blesses you. Thank you.